What's up, everybody? It's your favorite adhesives, favorite nerd, and today we are going to do another Reprolabel before and after video. I think we're on volume 7, or I don't know, we're up there, but this is Cupola from Make Toys. Very sparse on the paint apps. Chest looked good, but down in here it was very, especially the arms and stuff. So I'm hoping that we can do something to help bring this guy to life a little bit. He's a cool piece overall, but very plain, so I'm hoping that the Reprolabels will do some work on him. I'm sitting here in the middle of Snowzilla, you know, starting to go a little stir crazy, so I need something to do. Alright, so there he is. The main application is these shoulder pieces, which I do think look pretty good. I was hesitant to put them on because they cover up a fair amount of line work, which I don't like doing, but they look good there, and then there's a little piece on the inside, which is well placed, but just you'll never see it. Let's see what else. The Autobot symbol in the middle of his chest, of course. These stripes, which are like some of my favorite ones. You know, I like the little subtle ones. And they're on both sides of the gun. And Autobot symbol. There's little triangles down in there, which I think look good. And then these little toe pieces there, which look okay. And then these pieces inside the foot. Let's see if there's anything else really noteworthy. This is a great set of stickers here. This and then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dark gray pieces. Really good. Only gonna pay off in car mode really, but I applied them. Where the set kind of fails this guy is there's plenty of little places in here that could have used something, and then little accent pieces that could have gone in there and in there and in there and in there. You know, kind of along the way. That's the kind of stuff I like more. Right there would have been a good place. And the stuff that I passed on, these go on like the rear windshield. I'm never going to have them in car mode again, so whatever. This covers up that, but I just didn't feel like it was necessary. I kind of feel like that's good enough, and I kind of feel like that looks a little bit more professional. Whereas this looks a little bit more G1 toy, which is cool that they included it, but it's not my cup of tea. Same with these two pieces which go in there, which I just don't feel make it look, I don't know, I don't feel like it makes it look contemporary enough. And then these pieces which go down in here, same kind of thing. And then these are alternate pieces for there, and then this is for that, but I think that paint on there looks pretty good, so why mess with a good thing? It's an $8.50 set, so I think we're going to have to change our way of looking at this a bit this time. I would have liked some little accents in those little squares. I also put the eyes on. The eyes were a little flat, and they do look good, so I like those. Like those little squares there, that would have been a good place for them. I don't know. It's an $8.50 set, and I think we have to change the way that we talk about this. So what I would say about this is that I would recommend it, but it's a soft recommend. It's not a hard recommend. Look at that. I think it's ultimately worth it for me. It's certainly not the best set I've ever seen, but I'm happy with my purchase, if that makes any sense. Okay, so this is Bad Cube's War Dog. It's a Bad Cube product, so we know what Bad Cube hates: easy transformations and paint. And there's just a ton of red on here. I'm hoping to break up with some personality and kind of make this thing pop a bit. Let me just come out and say I like this set a lot. It's $15, so it's not the most inexpensive set in the world. But I added all these silver markings down in here, here, and here. That Autobot bit there. Silver markings on the opposite side to match, Autobot side to match. I put that Autobot symbol there. It's supposed to go on the riot shield, but I liked it there better. And then I liked this silver piece there on the pelvis. These black markings both here and here. The white stripe. This silver marking across the top bit there. The badge there and there. And then the black wheel line. And I think it's pretty effective. There's tons of options here. These all sorts of different markings and stuff. It just, for me, it started to look a little too busy, so it was about finding that line. But they're all nice, and there's plenty of different options for different things. Like you can put, I put that little shield there on the inside. I kind of liked it, but it does kind of have a hard time wrapping around. Stickers that wrap around cylindrical objects are sometimes challenging. But yeah, it's pretty good. but it is 15 bucks. I used most of these. Some of it is more of a tank mode thing, and for anybody that has this guy, I mean, like the chances of me ever putting him back in tank mode are slim to none because he's a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I definitely recommend this set, but it's $15, so you know, but you can use the old argument, you get what you pay for. Pretty good set. Oh, I saw these 2 silver markings up in there. Just little stuff to break up all that red, and I think it did a really good job of it. I don't really feel like this guy needs a whole lot, but you know, we'll add a few things, at least a Reprolabel faction symbol, and then see if there's any other kind of small details we can add in without it becoming obnoxious. So I used these 2 in these upper, it's like a little shape right above the chrome on both sides. Obviously the faction symbol, and then I used these 2 pieces on his calves, which I initially wrestled with back and forth as to whether or not I thought it was too much. But in the end, I think it was the right choice, and then I used this blue stripe on the side. That looks really nice. And then all these little black pieces inside the chrome, and then the faction symbol up there. And that's it. It's this is another soft recommend. It's one of those things where it's like you got to be careful. If they would have had, like, I like the little stuff like that, the little subtle stuff, and if there'd been more, I would have put more in there. But a lot of stuff that I passed on was a lot of these like super over the top kind of G1 toy stylings. I went back and forth with this red and black one here. It goes there, but in the end, I thought it might be just a bit too much. But the good news is it's only $7, so I don't know. For me, I'm happy with it. It's not as good as the set that we were just looking at in terms of just being able to utilize pieces and stuff, but I think it does add a fair bit. I do like those pieces on the calves and up there. Whether or not it's $7, I don't know. That's kind of up to you to decide, but I guess the best way to say it is it didn't knock it out of the park, but it definitely didn't cause me to have any regret. Now this guy had a good amount of color breakup to begin with, but we're going to see if we can't bring out a few more minor details and make him look that much better. I will say that over time, he really did need those ratchets in his hips, but whatever. So here, actually, I only added these Decepticon things on the wings, and this actually they're pretty nice because they cover up a lot of the kind of overly done line in color breakup, which some people criticize it for giving it that over or that upscale chug look. So those are nice, and then I added these Decepticon symbols because you can never really have enough of those on the forearms, and then this purple stripe, which I actually absolutely love on the side of the calf. It's actually very animated, G1 accurate. And this little red bit down there on the pelvis, and that's it though really. I added some stuff to the gun, like a sight, and on the other side as well. And then the stuff. Fortunately, a lot of this stuff is really intended for alt mode more so than the robot mode. So I'm just keeping them on here. Sometimes you have a good idea. You want to, you commit to something. You want to stick to your guns. You think it's a good idea, and then you learn otherwise. I do enjoy putting on some decals.
They're not decals. They're stickers.
No, they're decals. Stickers are for little girls. Decals are for grown, mature men who are collectors or model builders.
I had it. I'm moving out of here.
Good luck.
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh no, you better have the courage of your convictions, grab some tennis rackets and make some snowshoes or something. So in short, that Astrotrain one I wouldn't necessarily recommend. So here we have a Polyon. There's actually a good bit of color breakup on him, but of course he needs that Decepticon symbol in the middle of his chest, and we're going to see what else we can do with him. That Astrotrain one, just to get back to it real quick, it's $11, and I feel like the Decepticon things on the wings are the only thing that's really noteworthy about it for robot mode, so I'm not sure if I'd say it's worth it. Let's get this out of the way real quick. So I went to cut this piece out because I don't want the chest hair on mine, And I forgot that there's a protective piece of plastic over top of all this. So I've stuck it to the plastic, and then I tried to get it off, and it tore. So I ended up using just Reprolabels clear Decepticon sheet. The second from the bottom is actually a bit bigger, and I think it was the right choice. Sometimes things happen for a reason. So that explains that. I use these black tabs there for there, the black lines there for there and there. I think those look great, and then the black circle there. Little slight nuances, little accents to bring out the details of the piece. Used 2 silver pieces, the red square and the yellow square from here, and one of the red bits for the inner arm from there, and then same on the opposing arm, and then or opposite arm rather, and then down there one little red accent on the foot right there, from there, and then the Decepticon symbol on the hand there and there, and I think that's it. You can use these big Decepticon symbols for his side hip skirts. I thought it was a bit much. And then they have these like tiger stripes here for the cannon. Once again, thought it was best to just have it black. I used this big pelvis piece here, so to speak. This is actually like textured. Some of it is elevated, and it's a really nice sticker. So it's $14. I gotta say, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary, but I like it. So I wouldn't recommend it per se, but I can tell you that with it on, I'm enjoying it. There's tons more if you're into like all these G1 accents you can put on the inner, but like I really like that red metallic paint that XTB used there, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. I do like those little black bits there, so like, you know, it's a lot of money, but I think it's a decent payoff. So I'm happy with it, but I would go with the bigger Decepticon symbol here unless you want the chest hair. That's just not for me. I actually think this piece displays fairly well as is, so I'm not exactly even sure why I bought this set. But we'll see if I feel like it was worth it. Stand by. For this one, I used these 2 on the thighs, which look okay. I'm not sure if they might be a bit over the top, but whatever. Too late now. And of course the Autobot symbol. These green metallic ones here, there. That's probably my favorite additions. It's subtle, but they look good. And then on the inside of the foot, these little blue bits here on the back, that blue crosshairs piece, which I like a lot, but it's on a roundy bit, so you can tell it's already starting to come up a taste. The blue bits on the guns were big and red and definitely needed something. So I can't remember what this one cost, $11, something like that. I like it. I'm okay with it. But I like this piece. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's pretty impressive overall. I think it's pretty well thought out, and it's nice to have a little bit of additional accents on there. But it had some pretty nice paint to begin with. So not sure if I would recommend it, but if you like the piece a lot, like I do, and want to give it a little extra oomph, I think it's worth it. Oh, real quick, sorry. What I didn't use was these silver curvy bits. They go on the drill piece. It just was over the top. I didn't do the inside green pieces because you'll never see that mode again. And I didn't use those blue stripes. They go here. I like that paint on there. And I didn't use these bits there, if you can see them, because they go here, and I think that looks good as is. So that was my thought process behind it. You know, my main complaint with Baku products is just the significant lack of paint. So this set for me was a no-brainer because it definitely needed something. We'll see how it turns out. For Brawny, which was $8, I'm trying to keep the prices straight. I didn't use this swirl thing. It goes on the drill. And I didn't use a lot of the stuff that is used for alt mode, and then I didn't use these silver bits that go on his arm because it just I think it would cheapen it a bit. It would just look out of place, you know what I mean? Because it's not a proper silver. If they would have had like a gray with the bolts on it, I probably would have done it. What I did end up using were these yellow bits, which I think did a great job of just breaking that color up just a little bit, just enough. Obviously the faction symbol. I put the Autobot symbols on the inside of there, even though I'll probably never transform this back. This little red stripe in there, and yeah. And then with this one, I used all these blue bits, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put an Autobot symbol there. It's also supposed to go on that windshield, but since I'll never probably see that, and I like to have an Autobot symbol there. It's not even cartoon accurate or anything. I just like having an Autobot symbol in the front. I put this piece there. I'm not sure if I like it or not. It is cartoon accurate, but I don't know. It's a little too G1 toy for me. And then I put that little niblet there, and then that Autobot symbol there. And that's it. This guy has a ton of stuff that's really cool for alt mode, like the Union Jack with the stars, like the Australian flag. And then these kangaroo bits that go on the door panels. These go on the sides here. Just it's a bit much. It's a bit too G1 toy for my sensibilities. And then the license plates and stuff like that. So yeah, I know that these Reprolabel videos aren't you know, the hottest topic on the street, but you know, nothing really has hit my mailbox recently, and I don't like to have you guys not having anything to watch for Wednesday. So I thought we'd catch up and do one. I usually save these stickers as I get them in order to put them on to have a video to do when there's a dry spell, and this is that. This is $8. This was $6. I don't know. For me, it was definitely worth it because these actually have a dear space in my heart. They were a gift and a very appreciated one. So I wanted to do as much as I could to make sure they were prettied up. So yeah, we'll see what the mailman delivers in the next few weeks. And outside of that, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.